62 for everybody,
128
on the average.
per 1,000 live births.
We soon grasped the importance of having vertically integrated and horizontally integrated national economies. In the 20 years of chaos between 1966 and 1986, our views were eventually crystallized into the 10 points program of Kanyara. Kanyara was where we wrote this document in 1984. Point number 5 of those 10 points run as follows, in quotes: building an independent, integrated, self-sustaining national economy. However, for the people to participate in the vertical and horizontal integration of the economy of the country, they had to join the money economy first and move out of the traditional pre-capitalist economy of working for a chida kyonka, working only for the stomach, just subsistence. Since my nomadic family, because my family was nomadic, since my nomadic family had migrated from Ntungamo to Nyabushozi, it was the good luck of Nyabushozi that we started our activities there. These activities involved sensitizing the population of the cattle corridor to stop nomadism, make enclosures around their land, Sengenge, engage in commercial agriculture with the Chivaro, Chura, Aymar, calculation for profit and maximum returns. You can see in the videos, let them show us some of the families we started with if they are there on the videos, their testimony.
Amazina gange Esther Magaga witu nahan waheta gwengwe inshweringi ahampa tkejeho gwankaga netano ahampa erienskonka bakandi bagete mpango keri empango nese eteine bhinge teine keri emburare ryikishaka twata home kutwabe turi umuntu risa turinko twaterinka bakaramoje mbwe president ayijomu ari nguseni ya mukaga yataya yo makagaitu tukugira ngo akataragira ngo naragira akari umwana wishomero tukanto mukeza n'imyaka namwe ninje mukeza ubundi yaha ninje mukeza tukanto mukeza imyaka akatsomesa ari umwana yatsomesa okutura okuhinga okuombeka amaju gatakujya n'amabati agagutwayombekere bwanyuma gebihome okuba batuza umunsi okurera kuzengerera okurera kutasha kutwabanda nambwini nkaitwe nkanya nkenjo yange ekerha cye kutasha kanyabhara konka yatutanga yatwegesa ibintu birungi yatwegesa okushitama yatwegesa okutura yatwegesa twaba abantu mbwini kuko abantu babire abari kumanya bakuru ko babire bari itwe twatarinka bakaramoje kandi nakigamba matkatarinka bakaramoje hakabakaramoje bakabaturana bafurka nambwini nabo mpurira ngo abegesa abandi akabari tampani mpurira nabo nubagambe ururimi rw'abantu nuyatikiza no kuturkushoku no kutuyimkono no ataine kakwate nango no kuba umuntu nakwenkantu mukize imyaka itwe kantu mukize imyaka hari hata nangu ni mukira n'ubundi yampa hati kuyahereze kutwegese ibintu ibyo kutwayega kutwayombeka amajuge y'ibihome kutwaba abatuze kutwarera furka kutwahinga yargira umukishaka yayongeraho cya kabiri yayongeraho twatunga enjungu yayongeraho ubwenge bwo kugemura
ntukama rutabishatu buri izuba artemwe negura shingirwa yenda Korukubazamu buli izooba n'emitwaro 28 kokubazamu mu kwezi nizo miliyoni 8 ne sente zikushagamu
yayongeraho twayombeka amaka marungi nambwe n'ekyanga kitu ekyo n'ekindi kuheraho aha kanisa yitu erigarukira hindugarukira n'ahandi ahindi arabira obumbaire nyina amaani omutarumbana ekyanga kitu kuruga aha kuhikarisha eri kuhika hindugarukira tarobana kungu abana bana kunu bateze empiki engaro tibariho notimbareba kandi kangenda ebyo byona nuyabyegesa ihanga eri turimu eri turikuzaniramu eri haija amasomo nkanye kutera isomo n'emyaka yange.
So there you have the testimony of some of the families we started with in 1966, end of year. That old lady was speaking in Nyankore, and she said that when we came to teach them in 1966, we were students having finished A-level, and we told them to stop. She was saying that they were like the Karamojong at Katu and Kabakoromuishu, nomadic. And if you read our booklets, if you are polite, if you if you can make yourself a bit humble to learn from smaller people like us, then you will see how we argued with those traditional people to stop from nomadism, stop nomadism, and have settled agriculture, grow crops, and so on. Now, she was saying that because of the insecurity, we had to go away to fight. But when we came back, 1986, we added the issue of going now, not only just being settled, but being settled and also doing commercial agriculture with the Chivaro. That's why we advised them to go into dairy farming, because dairy farming was more, for smallholders and medium people, it was better than beef ranching. Beef ranching needs more land. Now, that model, which started in the Nyabushozi area, has spread to the whole cattle corridor south of the Nile. There's a man called Matongo in the Ngoma area. Let's see what he says.
Amazina ninge George Matongo owa Ngoma mugoma w'untu hano gwatakashozi n'undi kutaha umurimo gwanjye ndi muri isa nteze mujya kureba nuko itandikira tatakanda gente bakubya talobo nkagwakidana meirisa zakanya nagura amataka nyuse nazo zankorera intwenda zashubitiza abana bihereze natuzuru kabanza mu Nyankore naje nahindura nk'umwata ngo njungu nuko zahangiranye natunga atuzungwe zo ndisumute.
On our farm, we collect over 900 liters of milk per day, and a liter costs 800 shillings, which is approximately 21 million per month.
So now this is now another side of the cattle corridor, Ngoma, Nakaseke district. But the cattle corridor is continuous from the border with Tanzania in Isingiro all the way up to northern Uganda. But much of the work we have done so far was in the south of the Nile, from River Kagera up to Chiriandongo. They have all changed. Now that man is in Goma area. The infrastructure is not so good, but you can see they are having a lot of money. That particular one is selling 900 liters of milk per day. The price is low, it's not high, but they still get 21 million shillings a month. You can see that girl there, she's educated because of the money which the parents have to pay for her in the schools. And they have moved from the other small houses which the old lady was showing you to now permanent buildings to live a better life. Now, that is the testimony from the cattle corridor. That's why this time really I am no longer interested in non-performers. Between 1986 and 1989, we campaigned for prioritizing the enterprise of dairy farming for the small and medium farmers, while the big players could continue with the ranching for beef. By 1995, the cattle corridor had started changing. People getting income per month from the milk, building better houses, paying school fees for children in paying schools. Indeed, our late Magaga is the husband of the other lady who you saw, and father of Lieutenant General Kavu. Is he here? Is he here? He's a big general now. Oh, you can see how big he is. There he is. Now, their family, the wife and the husband who died. Indeed, our late comrade Magaga, the father of Kavuma, came to me and told me that he did not know what to do with the money. When they started getting money from the milk, he couldn't believe it. He came to me. You are people really, once you say you are a leader, you are putting a problem on yourself. If you don't become a real leader, God will not like you. I can assure you of this. Either you lead or you stay in your home. Don't try to be a leader when you are not, when you don't care about the people. So Magaga came and said, a citizen should be realized. Because the milk people are paid every 15 days. They are paid. And this had never happened in Magaga's life. She had never seen it. That a villager is being paid every 15 days, being paid money. Being paid every 15 days. Nka o mshara. That's what he told me. As if I am working in a government office and being paid a salary. That was the tragedy of Uganda at that time. Only the civil colonial servants could get regular income. This change in the cattle corridor by the traditional families of Abatar Soma, because these people had never gone to school. Magaga had never gone to school. His wife had never gone to school. To change Abatar Soma, the ones who never went to school, was engineered by us, was against the advice of the professionals. Professionals did not believe we could change these people. They would tell me, you are wasting your time. Those Banyankore cannot change. They were all saying to a man that the Banyankore could not change from their pre-capitalist lifestyle to a money economy. Moreover, when we were doing this, nobody among the colonial elite would agree to support us. It is only Mzee Byanyima who gave us 20 shillings. With my colleague Mwesugwa Black, who died in 1972 in our wars, we used, the only person who helped us gave us 20 shillings. That's about $3. Just short of $3. Because a dollar that time was 7 shillings, a dollar. So $3 would be 21 shillings. So when we went to say we are going to mobilize the Banyankore to stop nomadism, other people refused to help us. Museveni gave us 20 shillings. With my colleague Mwesugwa Black, who died in 1972 in our wars, we used 7 shillings per person to use Mongonya's bus from Barara to Rushere through Ruhumba. That was 14 shillings. So out of our 20, we used 14 to come from Barara to Rushere. 2 of us, each one 7 shillings. Mwesugwa was a smoker. So he took away shillings 120 to buy a packet of Sportsman. That left us with 4 shillings 80 cents. After holding public meetings at Rushere, we used the Bazarona bus to a place called Katongore, each using shillings, 1 shilling and 20 cents. That is 2 shillings and 40 cents. In the Katongore area, we started moving on foot up to near Nama, where we spent the night leaning against the harvested millet. When we spent one of the nights, we spent it leaning against the millet of one of the peasants called Chankuru. Millet is very comfortable when it is not threshed, when it is in the sheaves. After addressing a public meeting at Nama, the group gave us bicycle rides to Mzee Bitasene's place near Wamasha Dam. Moving on foot, we addressed meetings, including a mega one at where there is Karo Secondary School now. You should have seen the grandfathers and other adults listening to these young people. I was just 22 years old that time, and Mwesugwa was just slightly older than me. Thereafter, we moved on foot out of Mzee Tanyoka's home that we had made our camp and spent the night at Rushere with Mzee Mhinga. Thereafter, our remaining 2 shillings and 40 cents could only take us up to Nyakasharara. And from there, we walked on foot all the way to Mbarara, spending the night at my kurar in Akairungu near Biharu and Mbarara area. It was now 1967, January, and it was time to take up our temporary teaching jobs and get our own money to easily support our voluntary struggle for our people. Therefore, when I hear leaders talking of allowance